Let's see if I did it right. It says live.
Are we live? I'm not Toni. Just want you to know.
We're live somewhere. Let me make sure I get the Instagram working. Our producer is in Vegas placing bets.
Greeting a new grandbaby and celebrating the birthday of another grandchild. Isn't she lucky?
Isn't that awesome?
I am so envious of her.
I'm joking. She's in Vegas, but she's not there to gamble.
That we know of.
Yeah, we're right. I don't know. I should know this. Do they know if it's a boy or girl?
We should know that.
I know, right?
It'll be a surprise for us.
You want to gamble?
No.
I bet $10 it's a girl. I feel like she told us. Toni, my apologies. Let's make sure. Okay, I did it right. Hey, not bad. I don't have Toni's little bell, but welcome to study hall.
That's right.
And Joanne's not normally with me, but she said, I don't want you to do it alone.
Yeah, I didn't want him to be lonely here, and I want him to have a pal here.
Thank you. It's so funny when you do this by yourself with just the camera, and I'm pretty comfortable with it, but it's still,
There's no feedback.
Right. You're like, did that joke land?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Can't hear you guys laughing. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me get to the comment section so we can see who's hanging out with us. Good morning, Maria. Morning, boy. You calling me a boy? No, I think she's. Is
that your mom?
Toni's. No, Maria.
Oh.
Work mom.
Work mom.
It's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a boy. I think that's what she's saying. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like she told us that, so shame on us.
Is the other grandchild a boy or girl?
Both.
Okay.
No, she has one of each. Yeah. Does she have one of each? Or two and one?
Maybe she's telling.
I don't know. Well, that's why I was asking what time is it in Vegas, because she's probably sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, you're technically kind of on vacation. She's like, what about, because she does all the marketing. I said, no, go be with family. So
it's so hard to not feel like, to leave it behind and not feel like you're needed there and you should be doing something and feeling like you're kind of falling down on the job by not being there. But I hope, Toni, if you're watching, I hope you're having a great time enjoying the grandbaby.
Absolutely. And Toni, when you watch this back, make sure you do #replay.
Just in case you forgot.
So, all right, study. Oh, okay, good. We see some people. Good morning, everybody. I love it. Yes, Jody says one of each. That's what I thought. Oh, fantastic. See, Toni, we know all about you, and we miss having you here, even though you just left. We're already going, huh? What do we do? No, we're great. So this is study hall, and in case you're just joining us, if you do watch this on replay, in other words, it's not live, put in the comments #replay. That lets us know that you saw it, but also it bumps it back up to the top. And maybe say hello and tell us where you're from.
That's right.
That's fun to see. We've been reaching further and further away. We had somebody from Canada on.
That is so fun. It's so, I remember the first place we saw somebody from was maybe Louisville, where you're from.
Yeah.
And now it's just spreading out more and more. And it's so fun to see those people. So thanks for doing what you do so that we can get more people joining us. It's
Absolutely.
Just fun for us.
This industry is amazing, and the more people that are involved, it just makes it more fun and more amazing. Right. So thank you. You're right. So study hall is something we do every, what is today? Saturday. Thank you. At 9 a.m. And we pretty much we try to only talk about upcoming classes, events. We're going to throw in a few specials, a shop hop, and a quilt show.
But no fabric today.
You
got to watch on Monday for fabric.
That's right. Monday is our So What's Up. I'm trained now. I don't say the
Good
old
job.
One. I know. And then we get into more, Joanne does usually a technique, or we have a discussion about some motivational something.
It's just kind of whatever comes up.
Which is great, though. It's fun. So I got my notes here. So today, we're going to start with today. And remember, we have 2 locations. So I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm going, this class is in St. Augustine. This class is in Palm Coast. But I'll just tell you at the beginning here, if you're new, cutupandsew.com, if you go to the website, there's 2 calendars, Palm Coast calendar, St. Augustine calendar. You can look at the classes that way.
No, and I think in order to get to that, am I correct? You have to press the menu. When the menu comes down, then it'll say classes Palm Coast, class is St. Augustine.
So underneath the calendar, or if you're on your phone, there is just a list. So for example, Sewing Studio, which I'll mention in just a sec, is offered in both locations. So you want to make sure you're either going to the right calendar or looking for SA, St. Augustine, PC, Palm Coast. We try to make it simple, but I get it. If you have questions or you're not sure if you signed up in the right place, just call us.
Yeah. And it's always, you know, I don't know about you, but it's always a challenge maneuvering around a website for the first time. And as you kind of get used to it, so you'll figure it out, and we're here to help if you need it.
Yeah, but on that, I don't think that our website's pretty enough. Like aesthetically, I'm kind of weird about it. So I'm going to be changing that. But the one thing that I will say, it is so easy. I mean, it's just boom, here's the classes. So I wish it was a little bit prettier, and we're working on that, but it is very user friendly. So hopefully we've tried to make it so simple that it no questions are needed, but we're here for you. So, okay, today in, where are we? Palm Coast.
Yeah, you got it right.
Is our Die Hard Club. So how many people are AccuQuilt folks? Look at all the hands. So AccuQuilt has been around forever, AccuCut, and there are so many people kind of coming back around to it. And it's been happening for the past few years, and it's growing momentum again. But there are still people who have an AccuQuilt cutter
and don't know what to do with it.
And they're like, okay, cool. I kind of know what it does, but why, you know.
It would be so fun to have the person who leads that class here to actually show what they're going to be doing today. But because they don't, what I'll tell you is that the people who go to that are actually making things with their AccuCut.
Big time.
Big time. And it's so fun to see those things coming together. So that class is doing a great job.
It's a big group. It's one of our free clubs here in Palm Coast. And again, the whole goal of our clubs is inspiration, motivation, sharing, community. And they do like a show and tell. There's a challenge. I don't know if they're working on blocks right now. Shame on me. But there's a challenge, but there's a show and tell as well to see what they've been working on. So it's really cool just to come check it out, get inspiration. And if you have questions, what a great place to ask the group.
Exactly. You can ask the group and you meet a great group of people. You know, I'm just always impressed with the people who are part of our community here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cindy, who is uber organized, is really on top of making sure that if there's something new, it's discussed and there's time. It's just a great, and our clubs are always, the club members have a say in what happens next, because that's the point of a club.
Yep.
Everybody has, you know, everybody's got input. So we're also doing AccuQuilt in St. Augustine, but I'm going to pen mark that because I'm going to try to go in order.
Okay.
So that we can, so today is Die Hard Club. What a fun name, by the way. Here in Palm Coast, it starts at 10:30. Sewing Studios every Monday in both locations. So
how's the one in St. Augustine coming along?
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Again, we've been here for a little over 3 years, and it took about 6 months to really for people to find their group in the community. And I know you guys want that in St. Augustine and Jacksonville. I always group Jacksonville because we seem to get people coming down. Maybe you just aren't sure if you show up, you'll be there by yourself. I'm not sure what the hesitation is, but I guarantee you it'll get there eventually.
Yeah. And if you're just starting out, bring a friend, and then you won't be alone.
Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. And the whole thing with Sewing Studio is it's $5, but really you're just there to work on projects, hopefully with like-minded people. And again, just make some friends. The staff is there. So if you have questions, we're there to absolutely help you. It's not a paid class. In other words, there's not an educator, but we are always there to help.
Yeah.
So,
and they have some great people up there who are very helpful and very creative and can give you all kinds of ideas and help along the way.
Yeah. And lots of talent. The Palm Coast Sewing Studio fills up like every single week. So sign up in advance. The Sewing Studio in St. Augustine, not yet, but it'll get there.
Yeah.
So, and this is going to be repetitive. You hear us every time we're live. Look ahead. These classes here, which I'm not going to really get too much into, are in April. But we're putting them up now because they're going to fill up, and we want to make sure people have enough time to get a spot.
Right.
So, okay. Fiber Play is the 13th in Palm Coast at 5 o'clock. So that's an evening club, which is really cool. So no excuses.
And tell them what fiber plate, what they do there.
I will. And Louise, I saw your comment. I'm going to do, you're actually next to my list. Actually, I did a little arrow. I was supposed to do that first, but that's all right. So fiber play is what it sounds like. It is just it's just fun. It started off as like an art quilting club kind of. That was the concept. The idea was people want to try different things and see if they like them so they can then incorporate them in future projects. We've done flower pounding. We did thread painting. We've done ink tints colored pencils. This week or this month is foiling, and I don't know enough about it to tell you guys what that is. Do you?
I haven't really done it in like 100 years, but I do know what it is.
Yeah. So Cindy's going to bring an assortment of things for us to play with. So all you have to do is show up. And again, the idea is try something new, hopefully get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And then maybe like flower pounding was super fun. I won't ever use that, I don't think, in a project, but I know what it is now. And it was a fun evening of just getting some aggression out. And it was just cool. I didn't even know what it was. Literally, we were hitting flowers like aggressively.
Okay.
It was fun. I say that all the time because that's the one that always sticks in my mind because I had never heard of flower pounding.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
And foiling, I think I understand. It's like you're rubbing on the
paper.
Yeah,
a gold.
It's like a gold leaf,
paper.
maybe. Yeah. So I think. But anyway, if you
Come and find out and then tell us.
Exactly. we'll be here and we'll report back. Okay, we figured out what foiling was.
Okay.
So that is on the 13th at 5 p.m. Here in Palm Coast. Now I jumped ahead. So on the 12th, what Louise actually put in the chat there is a little something jacket.
Isn't this cute?
And right there, you can see it's February the 12th, and it's in St. Augustine. We have a sample of this hanging up in St. Augustine as well. We definitely have a few spots left of this. I know it's soon, but you have time to get it to get in there. And again, I think the idea of this is it's something you can throw on when you come into classes. It's Florida, so it's hot outside. You go into a classroom, and people like Farron turn the AC to like 40. Farron, are you watching? And you get cold. So what a great little thin jacket to be able to throw on. Also, it's cute. It's fun. I think you can do a couple different types of sleeves. So if you'd prefer the longer sleeve, you can do that. And this is a cotton. So you don't need, you're not making it with knits. We have plenty of fabric that drapes really, really well in both locations. So I highly recommend people that are wanting to get into garment sewing or just try something a little new, sign up for this. We've had it a few different times, and we're going to keep having it.
Yeah, it's a cute jacket.
It's great. Yeah.
Kind of a nice thing to put over if you're wanting to dress up just a little bit.
Well, and that's the other thing is actually, depending on the fabric you use, you could totally get snazzy with this.
Yeah, you could.
It will really absolutely class up your outfit a little bit. Yeah,
exactly.
And it's funny, just the right fabric will totally change the feel of a garment. Okay, so that's the 12th in St. Augustine. I'm just trying to go in order here. Oh, Tony's not here. I got to make sure we're looking at attending that fiber play. It's a great group. Perfect. Yeah. You didn't tell us what foiling was, Denise, so maybe you don't know either. Love the quote in the background.
Louise says correct, and it's simple and easy to make.
Yeah.
I'll trust her on that.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look, this doesn't scare me. I've seen some garments and I go, yeah, no chance. This one looks absolutely doable. And I think we've done it, Louise, I feel like you've done it a few times, but maybe it's just once before. And it was super successful. I love seeing a class where people complete the project.
Yes.
And they don't leave frustrated. I love that. And Janice, yes, we will talk about this in a second. Is that not insane? It's so pretty. And actually the camera does a really good job of showing the color. I was afraid it might gray it out, but oh man.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
It's an awesome quilt.
Okay. So Project Linus is something that we've been doing for 3 years here. Well, we've been doing longer than that, but we're a drop-off center at both locations. St. Augustine has yet to have a sewing for charity party because we just took over. And so this will be our first introduction into not only Project Linus, but the sewing for charity parties that we have at Cut Up and Sew. So it's the 15th at 1 o'clock because there is a class in the morning. So we're going to start this one a little different. We're going to start at 1 o'clock and we're going to stay up until 4. But the nice thing is Dana will be there. So if you're not familiar with Project Linus, what a perfect opportunity to come and learn all about it. If you're not sure how you can get involved, what an amazing opportunity.
Then you find out.
And if you know exactly what it is and you just enjoy coming and sewing for some good, then come and hang out with us. We're going to be sewing some blocks for 3 hours. And just, again, it's all about community, and we're sewing for a good cause. Amazing organization.
Okay.
And that's the 15th at 1 o'clock in St. Augustine. St. Augustine, yep. And then we don't really have any classes because it's the Daytona Quilt Show. You're going to the show, right?
I am. I'm so excited.
Do you have a list of things?
I do.
Do you?
I have a list. I have a bag that says, yes, I really do need all this fabric.
Like, do you rate it? Like, this is a must-have. This is a, I could use it. And this is a, like, total.
For fabric?
Well, yeah, just for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go more than a few years ago, I realized that if I went to a show and I was only going one day, I would buy a whole bunch of stuff because, I wasn't going to be there the next day. Now I go more than once so that I'm not allowed to buy anything the first day.
You go around and check it out.
And
here's the thing. People do go and they feel like, oh gosh, it's going to be gone. It does happen. Like we're taking a collection where there's only so many, and it happens. But for the most part, we bring enough, the vendors bring enough to hopefully last 4 days. So it's a smart thing to go and do a little cruise through if you can go 2 days. Or at least do one peruse around and then maybe have some lunch and really go, okay, what do I
really
need?
Think about it.
Need and want are very different things.
Yes. And I have found after all these years, I have found that quilting involves a lot of impulse buying. And if you can kind of space yourself between, if you can kind of look at something and then think about it and, if it still seems good in another hour or two or another day or two, then I can go back and buy it. I really try and keep that impulse buying to a minimum. Yeah,
don't be too spontaneous. I mean, a lot of people go there for little items, so we're kind of changing it up this year. And our big theme is pre-cuts and kits and things that you can grab and make a project with and stuff like that, bundles and things. So it's going to be a great show. If you have not gotten your ticket, I think you can just. I'm assuming
you can get it there.
You can get it there. It's not like Jacksonville, just FYI. You can purchase them there. But I was just going to say, if they wanted to go.
You can go to AQS. You can go online to AQS.
Quiltweek.com. There it is. Oh, and there are classes. Now, if you're interested in doing a class, I would look immediately. Those things fill up if they're not already full, just FYI. Purchase tickets. Okay, yeah, quiltweek.com. There you go. We always offer tickets for Jacksonville, and I know people were asking if we had tickets. We don't do that in store. It's an AQS thing, but you can absolutely get them there. It's going to be an amazing show. Really nice quilts, really good selection of art quilts, if I remember correctly. It's always really inspiring.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And there's, the neat thing is there's all different levels. You're going to see quilts there that you just look at and say, I could never do that. And you might be totally right about it, but there'll be lots of quilts and lots of things to really inspire you that you will be able to do that may even take you just whatever the next step in your quilting journey is.
Don't let it deter you.
Exactly.
Let it motivate you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I've seen it so many times. I'm like, no. That's goals.
That's goals. That's right.
Look who's awake. Good morning, sunshine. Tony, you can get tickets early. Yes, exactly. All right. I'm going to the Daytona show. Last year was my first, and I want to go again. Fantastic. Cannot wait to see you there. Hope you take pictures, Josh. I can't. Linda, of course I will. And we miss you, by the way. I love seeing you jump on there. And I can't wait to see you in person again, but we'll absolutely take pictures. And of course, it's you know how we do it. We're going to go live, and we'll make sure that we keep you guys up to date. I just wanted to say, I see you over there, So Jan Marie on Instagram. My apologies. I don't know your first name, but nice to see you. She's in bed. Fair enough. It's probably 3 hours difference. Okay. So we have a handful of booths at the show. So make sure you stop. You're not going to miss us, but make sure you find us. Come say hello. We've got the Bernina booth. We've got a Bernina class. We've got the AccuQuilt booth, AccuQuilt lounge, AccuQuilt class, June Taylor booth, June Taylor class, Arrow booth, no Arrow class, and then our cut up and sew booth. So
Are you still over there in that corner where you normally are?
Exactly, where the
Okay.
big lounge is. So
if
it'll
you've
be
been
great.
before, he's in the same place. But if you haven't been, if this is your first time, you go in the front door and you go to the right and go all the way to the wall, and there he is.
And there we are. And the Bernina is new for us in that I'm pretty sure when you walk in the door, it's like kind of like right there to the right because Bernina's a big sponsor. So it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. And of course, as you guys know, it's pretty crazy. So if you have questions on any of those items that we're taking, any of those brands, give me a call maybe before the show. We will honor show specials for a very short time after the show. But we do sell out of certain things. So if there's something you're really wanting to see, just give me a call before the show so we can try to make that happen and coordinate it. Because once the show starts, I'm running around with my head cut off. It's you know, it's fun. Busy. It's really, really fun, but it's hectic and it's hard to spend a lot of time with one person. So, but we want to be there for you guys. So Quilt Show, 19th, February 19th through the 22nd. Clubs. We got all sorts of clubs.
Yeah.
Do you participate in any of the clubs?
No.
On a regular basis? I mean,
I don't. And I was thinking about this morning and I was thinking I'd like to, but then all I would ever do is be here.
What's wrong with that? That's how you earn a name tag. Chuck. Come on, Chuck.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's what I have to do to get a name tag.
That's what it is. Be here every day. So we have a lot of clubs. And I'm just going to kind of go through on the 25th, and this is Palm Coast. We have the Serger Fan Club. A lot of new people getting Sergers.
Yes,
so
it is a thing.
It is a thing. Rightfully so, because Sergers are now easy to use. And so they want to make stuff with it. It's faster.
Yeah. And it's not just making clothes and sewing the seams on clothes. It's making quilts and t-shirt quilts and bags and all kinds of things.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. So yeah, that's a great.
So the Serger Fan Club is exactly that. It's for people who are experienced sergers, brand new to serger, thinking about getting a serger. It's just a lot of information talking about different stitches and show and tells. And again, just like the Die Hard Club, all of our clubs have the same theme, and that's inspiration and community. So that is on the 25th. Hump Day Hoopers is on the 26th, which is another fun name. I'm a sucker for a good name. And that's our embroidery club. So it is embroidery month. I think,
really?
right?
That's
yes,
right.
Tony? Yes, it is. Carrie, I know you know sergers are awesome. Carrie just did the t-shirt quilt class with a serger, which is fantastic. Hey, Ginger, and good morning, Bonnie. So the Serger Fan Club, 26th, Hump Day Hoopers, Serger Fan Club, 25th, Hump Day Hoopers, 26th in Palm Coast. Something new, and I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but that's Hoopapalooza, because that's something that's new, and that is happening in St. Augustine, which is great because we're going to start getting the club theme going there as well.
So that's embroidery up there.
Exactly. How do you know it was embroidery?
Oh, it's a hoop thing.
Yeah. Come on, Hump Day Hoopers and Hoopapalooza. Oh, these are good. So that is on March 1st, and it'll be the first time that club meets. So again, go to cutupandsew.com, go to the St. Augustine calendar, and just take a look at it, because it's going to be informative. There's going to be free designs, show and tells, Q&A.
So tell me something about the embroidery things. Do you bring your machine for that?
So for our
demonstration.
Perfect, thank you. Because for the clubs, you do not bring your machines. It is definitely more of a demonstration, group chat, show and tell. It's very informative. They do have quarterly workshops, and the clubs rotate. But for the actual club meeting, the one that meets every month, you do not bring your machine, because it's not a hands-on sewing event or class. It is a club, so it's a powwow. It's a meeting.
So it's an informational and inspirational.
And you take a bunch of notes, take pictures. We share stuff all on the Cut Up and Sew crew, and then you go home inspired, and then you sew.
Okay, got it.
So, but the first meeting of the Hoopapalooza club is on March 1st in St. Augustine. So I'm excited to get that going. Hey, Joanne. Tony says yes. All right, fantastic. Next is She keeps grabbing this. She wants me to talk
I
about it.
know.
So rope bowl basics, and this is a St. Augustine class, and I'm backing up just a little bit. It's February the 28th. Most people have seen by now. Most people have seen one of these rope bowls, and
Who would have ever thought?
I know
This would be such a big thing.
it's huge. It's huge, and the sample that we have here, I'll just kind of show you. Maria embroidered on the bottom of it. I've seen people wrap the fabric or wrap the rope with fabric, put fabric in the base. You know, it's crazy what they're doing now. But you got to learn the basics.
That's right.
You got to understand how to assemble, what stitch you're using, what type of needle, what type of machine works best. To be honest with you, I've seen people try to use their big fancy schmancy machines. Sometimes it doesn't work as well as one of those old Kenmores.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's got to be fairly strong. I mean, most of these machines nowadays, all the ones that we sell are durable enough and they're strong enough to go through this. But it's more about the size of the distance from the, you know, where the needle is.
Oh, I see.
And so not all the machines can fit. And depending on the size bowl that you want to make, certain that is covered and talked about in the rope bowl basics on the 28th.
Okay.
And people are either going to, if you haven't done it, you either fall in love with it and you make a bazillion rope bowls and everybody that you know gets presents, rope bowl presents for the year.
Yeah.
Or you're like, yeah, I tried.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I know.
So, you know, I don't really want to get involved with rope bowl things, but I would really like a bread basket made out of rope. So if you want to make one and give it away, I'm more than happy.
Yeah, there you go. You're looking for gift ideas.
That's right.
For Joanne.
For me specifically.
Tony says the rope bowl basics will be trinket bowls. Yes. So just to be clear, you're not making this large bowl for the first.
Oh, you're making
for the first one, because it's all about the technique, learning the basics, and so you get basically a I guess it's a kit, what we'll call it, and I think it comes with 3 different sizes, or you can make 3 smaller bowls out of that rope. But then you can buy as much rope as you want and make them as big as you want.
Okay.
So this is the only one we had in Palm Coast, so I grabbed it. So I'm excited for that. And again, that's on the 28th in St. Augustine. And I don't remember how many spots are available, but there are openings, but maybe not too many. So you may want to jump on that.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not missing anything. And Carrie is a great teacher when it comes to sergers. I missed your comment, but it's worth repeating. You're right, Denise. Carrie is fantastic and super passionate about sergers.
That's right.
Yeah. But you know what? That matters. You know,
it makes it more fun, and that makes it. And
when the educators
and they know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Okay, so before I talk about a couple of it comes with 5 trinket bowls. Thank you, producer Tony, asleep in Vegas. She's half asleep and she's still doing well. I know. Before I talk about a few little things, I want you to kind of talk about this.
This is a class that we just finished, and so it was a little bit more advanced than the basic class. It was a log cabin with a star in the center. And here's the star here that the block is built on. This was done by one of the students, and I thought she just did a wonderful job. And once again, it's a log cabin, so the block is like right here, and it was just fun.
Right here.
Yes, exactly. That's your log cabin block. And so it was log cabin with these little triangles on it. Everybody had a great time. We learned how to use a new ruler that I may bring some Monday.
Yeah. Will you step back? I just want to be able to see the whole effect. I mean, she knocked it out of the park. It's not only amazing fabric color choices. The contrast is incredible, but I mean, the points, everything. She did so well.
She did a nice job.
We're keeping her nameless just in case. But.
That's right. But you know, it's funny because the star here is about 3.5 inches.
That's
and
so small.
Everybody in the class complains the whole time they're making it. This is so small. I don't do stars this small. I never do anything this small. And yet every one of them turned out with a great star, and all of them are so proud of their quilts.
As they should be. And I love that Friday group. So Joanne, you've been doing the Quilting Friday group since almost the beginning, right? And it's so cool because it was this one core group of ladies, and it still is, but it's slowly kind of. And then now that you're offering things like binding class, which I want you to talk about, you'll see we'll pick up another one, and then we rope you in, and then we keep you.
That's right. That's right.
But I've seen the progression of their skill. It's incredible.
That's right. We started out with some very basic quilts, and I still like to go back to those basic quilts every now and then just to give people a rest.
Yeah, sure.
And so I do like to do that. But we started out with very basic quilts. Everybody in that group has really expanded their abilities and grown their abilities so that they're just turning out some really pretty quilts, and they're all very excited about what they're doing.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't always count on this, but you can. They have the best food in that class.
That's true.
I mean,
it's true.
I would feel bad somebody's to sign up for it and there's gonna be no food that day because Carol's out or something.
Yeah.
But it's such a fun environment. And so right now you're doing, and it's every Friday that Joanne teaches here in Palm Coast, and you're going to be teaching in St. Augustine starting
in March.
But right now, what's the name of it? Binding
Borders and binding, and we have it was kind of a February class that was supposed to just kind of fill in some blanks because I had some people who wanted to who needed a break from making a quilt. They just wanted to finish. So we did this borders and binding. There's one more class, and that'll be the last Friday in February. So if you have a quilt that you're trying to finish and maybe have some challenges with it, maybe you are one of those people that puts borders on and they're always wavy, or maybe you just need some help with getting a binding on. Those are all things that we'll answer in that class.
So even though the class has started, treat this as, like we said, almost like a sewing studio.
Exactly.
But there is an actual educator right here who's there to help you with the techniques. So borders and binding obviously is the focus. And what an opportunity. Like, in other words, I didn't want you to think that because it already started, you can't jump in, because it's not a quilt class like this where it's consecutive.
That's right. And so it's more designed to finish up what you've already started.
Yeah.
Can I jump in?
You can, because you took all the samples. And so I was like, I don't have a sample. And we talked about so many bag classes that I was like, what bag class do you have? Perfect timing, by the way. Coming up next.
This Thursday, St. Augustine, Easy Does It.
It's the Easy Does It. I didn't want to misspeak. Okay, cool. Easy Does It still has a couple openings, and that's in St. Augustine.
Yeah. But I want Joanne's class. Joanne's a good teacher.
She is. You guys smell your own.
I was gonna say she usually teaches when I'm teaching though, so that's the problem. We want to take each other's classes.
That's right. That's right.
We need to have a day when teachers take other teachers' classes.
Yeah,
thank you, Denise, Denise is throwing compliments at you, which is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, throw some at Christy too, because her bag classes, by the way, if you're a beginner bag, somebody who wants to become a bag maker, amazing opportunity, because she's very patient. But also, if you're experienced, like, you will learn something new. We say it all the time.
That's
from
true.
Any educator. But Christy is awesome. So, and I'm not just saying that because she's standing right there. Truthful.
Yeah, I did. I had a bag. I'm not a bag maker. This is something that I just really don't care to do. But I had this bag that I wanted to recreate. It was a bag that was sold at Harbor Freight, and it was made out of canvas. I wanted to recreate it so that it would be a bag that people could use, and it was made out of fabric, and it was more of a, just something that you made, and it was designed. You could design it specifically for your needs. So I went to Christy and I said, well, this is what I'd like to do. Can you help me with this? So she took a bag that was one of
Bianni bag.
A Bianni
bag,
pattern, and she redesigned it for me, and she taught the class. I was so appreciative, and she did such a great job. I even like my bag.
Isn't that the bag you always use?
It's the bag I always use, and
that's
so
awesome.
She's very flexible.
Well,
great. You're gonna have to teach me this.
Yes, this is a fun quote.
That was gorgeous. Well, perfect timing also, because Christy and I went live and did a little video yesterday, because we have so many Bianni classes coming to St. Augustine and still in Palm Coast. But I mean, we've been doing Bianni almost from the beginning, but seems like that's also ramping back up, which is really cool. And we do this every year. We participate, and we talk about, I don't know how long Bianni's been doing this, but vote for your favorite local quilt shop because it's local quilt shop month as well. So if you go to lqscontest.com, you can vote, or you can go there. We've put out posts. It probably is on our website, or just come in and you can scan this code. But the reason I wanted to mention it, yeah, we'd love for you to vote for us. That's awesome. But truthfully, a numbers game is one thing where you just have the most votes, whatever. That's fine. That's awesome. I'm so happy for the winners who get billions of votes and things like that. That's awesome. But they're doing something, and I forgot the name of it, but it's different. They have a side kind of contest going on, and it's for the most creative or compelling votes, like comments.
Oh.
Because when you vote, you actually leave a reason for voting for that shop. So they're going to actually go through and read all of the votes and all the comments, and whatever shop has the most creative, maybe.
Well, that should be us.
I'm saying we got a chance. That's what I mean. And the numbers game, I don't think you know what I mean? We're just a little guy. But I know our customers. I know our friends. We know you guys. Our community is strong and wonderful and compassionate and passionate. So when you vote, make sure you take the time to really put some thought into why you are voting for Cut Up and Sew. Because I think it's really cool, and it'd be really special for people to see why I'm biased, but why I love it here so much, and why I think everyone that comes down here falls in love with this sewing community.
Absolutely.
So LQS, vote for us. I know we're supposed to be like, here's but again, I don't really care about the number of votes. It's more about the quality, not the quantity.
Good job.
Like that. So that's fun. And that's happening. I don't have it on here, but I think it ends like the 28th of this month.
Okay.
So you got time, but not too much time.
That's right. So can I talk about my class in St. Augustine?
Please do.
Okay. So starting in Augustine, first Friday in Augustine will be a class that the quilt is up there so that you can see it. And it's the class is called Color Confidence.
It's in the classroom, by the way, just in case you go there, just if you're looking for it.
That's right. You can't miss it. It's on the wall and you can see it from halfway down the store.
Big and beautiful.
And so, but you're going to look at it and say, oh my goodness, there is so much color in there. And there's a reason for that. It's because it's teaching you how to use your color. And so it's a 4-week class. It goes through a variety of different exercises to help you learn how to look at color. We will make the quilt. The quilt is actually pretty easy to make. It's all 4 patches. So you know that the quilt will be less challenging than thinking about the color. And the idea of the class is to really think about color and think about what you're doing, so that when you go into a shop and you're thinking about what fabric am I going to get for this quilt that I want, you can start looking at it and you can start thinking about choosing your own fabric and coming up with successful color combinations. Now, one of the exercises that is going to be part of that is a painting exercise, and I do the painting portion because it helps you see how color changes, whether it's a tint or a shade, and how that affects the fabric itself. So while we're painting, one of the things that we will do is we will actually paint a piece of fabric that hopefully you'll be able to put into your quilt as you work along. So that'll be the 3rd week of the class.
Take this class, and I'll tell you why. People, I see it all the time. They come in and they pick colors, but then they get frustrated and they struggle with colors. And then every time they ask for opinion, we love choosing colors with you guys. But so many people are not confident in their color selections and matching. And this will challenge you. I saw people, we won't name names, but I saw people go, this is actually frustrating, but in a good way. Like, because they were literally going, I have to think, holy cow, like it's not just, let me look at the pattern and cut the You have to put some thought into it, but it's a fun way to do it. Because you are creating something. And so you're learning via trial and error, and what a cool class. So take this class.
Yeah, it is a fun class. I've taught it once before and the people really enjoyed it. I think that I've made some improvements on it that I think will be really fun. And mainly what I want out of this is, to me, choosing fabric is not something that you do in 5 minutes. You know, and that sometimes causes frustration when you come into a shop and you've got something and you're trying to choose fabric and it's just not coming to you. But that's part of the journey of making a quilt, is choosing that fabric. And quilting it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money, and you want you want the outcome to be successful. And so that's why I am so passionate about this particular class.
It's awesome. And the end result is such a cool pattern, such a cool quilt. I mean, I absolutely love this class. So take it. I say again, take it.
Take it.
I'm telling you to do this. So now, and I don't know how many spots are there, so I hope it's not full and we're telling everybody to go sign up. What's the date?
Starts the first Friday in March.
First Friday in March. So you got time, but again, it's going to fill up. So go to cutupandsew.com, St. Augustine calendar, and sign up for it. Cassie, the lingering sale, she meant to put long arm sale. We're having a sale on quilting service in St. Augustine. The sale goes until the 19th. So the quilt show starts on the 19th. So actually, Tony, you said the 22nd. The last day is the day that the quilt show starts. So it's 2 cents per square inch, where it's normally almost 3. So, so take advantage of that. You said in August. Linda, are you asking about the color confidence class in March? Yes, the first Friday in March.
Friday in March. For the whole, it'll be every Friday in March.
It's a month, so it's 4 classes. Fantastic. Thanks for talking about that. That was not on my list. Shame on me.
And that's why I had to get it in.
You're like, I'm coming here and you're not going to talk about my classes? All right. Well, Tony seems to get done with study hall in like 30 minutes, but you and I
was talking to a friend this morning and she said, well, what time will you be home? And I said, well, you know, the time is limited on how much I talk. Josh is going to be there, so between the two of us,
could be a few hours. But lastly, don't forget the Shop Hop magazines are in. They will sell out. They're $12.95. You can get them in either location. Once they're gone, they're gone. But this is your passport for the All Florida Shop Hop magazine, or for the All Florida Shop Hop. Even if you're not doing the Shop Hop, it's a really cool magazine.
Yeah, it is. And it's got a couple of patterns in there for panels. So if you're a panel person trying to figure out what to do with them, it's a nice book to look at and get some of those patterns.
And it's an awesome map for 69 shops in Florida that are definitely 100% open. So it's an awesome magazine. We do still have some in both locations, but you may want to grab those before they're gone. And the last thing, again, shame on me. It's been hanging up in the store, but I haven't brought it to any of the lives. Genomi's doing it again.
Oh,
yes. Another giveaway. I love it when they do this. This is great. So Jonomi has been doing this, I guess, since we started carrying Jonomi. It's a Valentine's giveaway this time, though, which is really fun. So all you have to do is come into the store, scan this QR code, and you'll put in where you scanned it. So Cut Up and Sew, and then your name, and then boom, you're entered to win a 6650 Memory Craft. This is a really good machine. 11 and something inches of throat space. It's a strong, durable machine, borderline, well, it's pretty much heavy duty. Great machine. And it could be free.
Could be free.
Could be yours for free. And we've had a winner, Sam, but it's been a while. So let's get another winner.
That's right.
So we need you guys to register. All right. And this one, you do have to do this in Palm Coast, just FYI.
Oh.
Oh,
you can't do it up in
we
St.
can't
Augustine.
carry Genomi's in the store there. And then Genomi has an amazing red tag sale going on. But if anybody's out and about in the market looking for a new machine, trading in, trading up, come in and talk to us because there's some killer deals going on right now. I try not to talk too much about sewing machine specials on here. I don't want this to be salesy other than take our classes. I am selling you classes.
That's right. That's what we're all about.
All right. Let's see here. Oops, in March. Did we miss any questions, comments? I want to make sure we're not missing anybody. Well, hey, RJ. I didn't switch over to Instagram, so my apologies, NJ Quilt and RJ. Nice to see you guys. RJ's class, by the way, right here. And we're going to talk about it a lot more as we get closer. This booklet pouch in St. Augustine, April 11th and 12th. Might as well just show you real fast. since RJ's on there. What a cool
Oh, how neat is that?
project. Yeah.
So I don't know if you can tell as he flips through, obviously cool fabric, but there's vinyl. And so these are all pouches.
Yeah,
so
these are
and
sleeves
you can see what's in there.
with
and
a
there's
zipper.
a little zipper on top. Very cool.
Awesome class. RJ is uber talented, and he this will be his first time teaching with us. Clearly not his first time sewing. He is incredible. So this class is going to be April 11th and 12th. It's an all-day workshop in St. Augustine. Very exciting. And then this we'll talk about more as well. This is an upcycle candy and cookie bags. Really fun. April 22nd, Earth Day. How fun. So, all right, we got to jump off because I got to go to St. Augustine.
And you got to go to work.
I got to work. I love work. Are you kidding me? This is literally the first job I've had where I'm like, I love going to work.
Me too.
So you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget, register, get your free Janome, get your magazine, go to Quilt Shop, go to the Quilt Show, vote for us, take Joanne's class.
What more can we say?
Have an amazing day. This is where we go. Ding, ding, ding. Class dismissed.
Oh, I should have brought a bell.
Tony has one, but she's in Vegas sleeping. So bye, guys. Have an awesome day.